we'll see what kind of attack strategies they bring. Kingsman was talking all about the super witches, and that has been the meta lately, but you know, I'm still kind of crossing my fingers, hoping that we see some Lalos coming in. But here we go, Susie. The final match of today, we got Pulse Surgical versus MMG.
What is it? He has 8 druids, but he also bringing the healers here. So I am a little bit confused what he's planning to do.
He is just going for all-out healing. That is what this attack is. 5 healers and 8 druids. He might even have a healer puppet to go with this. Only 8 super barbarians really to do damage. I mean, this is just going to be a very hero-heavy attack. His heroes are going to have to do almost all of the damage. This warden starting on the bottom side of the base. I didn't see if he has a fireball or not, but with the 2 earthquakes and a few invis spells, I assume he does.
Yeah, he's getting ready with that fireball. He has only 3 invis. I'm kind of thinking where he want to exactly land with the fireball. Like near to the monolith would be nice. He's waiting. Yep. He's taking out the mono clan castle building and also one of the inferno. So really nicely done. Now just has to protect that warden because he was fighting against the enemy hero.
Awesome job with the fireball to the core of the base. Don't even have to worry about the clan castle troops anymore. He still brought the poison spell as a backup though. Interesting to see that, and great base identification to realize that Queen can actually just snipe that town hall on the outside and just keep on walking without even wall breaking in yet. So here he goes, moving his way over to the left side of the base. Ooh, he dropped that siege barracks right into the damage of Teslas.
He's only like 1 minute and 30 seconds. Like he only cleared 38% of the base. I don't want to stressing out, but I'm really worried about time because he really depending a lot on the heroes.
Yeah, and the fireball, it's not like it completely got rid of the core either. There's still a lot of heavy hitting defenses and spell towers in that core. We're sending the Royal Champion from this bottom right side of the base, and with the Rocket Spear, with some druids maybe, she can definitely do a lot of work. But with only 60 seconds left on the clock and only 1 rage spell left, I am a little worried.
Oh my, there's still both spell towers being ready, like Rage and the Poison. RC, oh, doesn't have the Fox anymore. She still has 1 druid, but it's not enough to keep the Royal Champion alive. He's using the invisibility spell on the Queen because she's only the hero who can clear the core of the base. But Lex, 38 seconds, there is still double X-bow and the Eagle right behind the wall.
Yeah, I think the only way that stood a chance is if he was willing to use all those spells on the Royal Champion. You know, the Rage on a Druid on the Royal Champion could have actually healed her up quite a bit, and she might have had a chance to stay alive, but it's hard to tell for sure. And if he had done that, would the Queen have died? I'm not too sure, but either way, as he runs out of time, Queen will get this last Expo and then spend the remaining seconds just wrapping around walls, and it looks like we're gonna have an 87% defense to start this match.
This was very interesting attack. I don't think I saw anything like this before, like going with this mass druids, but also bringing the healers, like attack which was really depending on the heroes. And especially like the druids got a balance change. So yep, first attack with this kind of strategy feels risky.
Very interesting indeed. It felt like he was just setting it up to be a smash attack, you know, like a Super Witch or an E-Titan attack, but he just didn't have the Super Witches or the E-Titans, just relying on a ton of Druids and the King and Queen to do all the damage, but it just does not work out for him. And so now we'll get to see the response from MMG. Looks like Tryhard is going to be going first.
Also, I noticed like how patient he was with the fireball. Like he dropped both invis and he still was waiting for the air defense to be destroyed. That's kind of always scare me, you know, because the warden can take his sweet time and after the invisibility spell is gonna disappear. But you are right, Tryhard is in and starting with that flame flinger and immediately going also with the fireball here as well.
Super simple fireball, just wants to get that little first, second layer-ish funnel set and then just starting the Super Witches immediately. So here's the big difference. Tryhard using an attack that is sometimes questionable on time, but he's not doing like a 90-second Warden walk. He's just starting with the main force almost immediately.
Yeah, and you had an interview with these guys and they were saying they like the Super Witches, so We probably were expecting some of these attacks from them. He's using the rage to kind of boost the queen here because there was a ton of defenses. Plus had to fight against the enemy king, but the queen lost the healers. They switch and they kind of start supporting the witches.
Yeah, on one hand, that's actually really good for Queen to get all that value there, but on the other hand, the healer's leaving, the Queen does not have a unicorn. She might be in trouble and actually end up going down here to some simple defenses on the bottom side of the base.
Yeah, well, like, he still doesn't need these witches to go for the town hall. Like, the royal champion is already deployed. He is using the scary spell, which is nicely distracting the Xbox. So the RC is looking good here, but now witches are on the town hall. Okay, that's gonna be poison, but looks like the healers are still doing a great job.
I really like seeing the Flame Flinger be utilized here with Super Witches. We often only see the Siege Barracks usually getting used to help funnel one corner of the base, one long side of the base for these Super Witches, but the Flame Flinger actually got crazy value there while we were looking at everything else. I mean, it took out like 6, 7, 8 defenses all by itself, and then the Super Minions come out, perfect timing to help because that Royal Champion's so low on health. Only 1 HP, she's still running. She might die to a trap or a Tesla here. No, she might just survive barely unless the cannon locks onto her.
Oh,
the Giant Bomb!
But yeah, try hard, very nicely done by him, and MMG got the defense and now answering with the triple, so going really strong here. That one was a great attack, and have you mentioned, like, it was typical using the siege barrack with the witches because 2 pickers with that huge group of the wizard really can set up the funnel.
Yeah, real cool to see how they tweak these armies. They take the strong Super Witch army and they make sure it's not going to be a time fail. They do something slightly different. They're going to use a Flame Flinger. They're going to do the simple Warden Fireball for the first layer and then just send the Super Witches right away. Not going to play any risks with the time fail here on this one. We didn't even get to mention, you know, the Spiky Ball doing a whole lot of damage in the core there, and the Earthquake Boots really setting up the pathing for the Super Witches.
Yeah, very nicely done by him. Alright, so that was interesting attack with the mass druids. This time we saw some of the witches. We definitely can say this attack is not about time, so players really can be very patient with the funnel, setting up the start of the hit for sure.
2 minutes 13 seconds for that one. A solid time considering he was using Super Witches. A beautiful 3-star for MMG to start off this match. That's got to be boosting their confidence, and that's got to be putting a whole lot of pressure on the other team. Pulse Surgical already probably felt like the underdogs going into this match, and now they got to work their way up from the bottom. Let's see if the rest of their players can really pull it together here and get some OP attacks going on.
Yeah, even that fail from them was a decent hypers and 2-star, so they're still in this match. Like, we know that one mistake can really change the result of the hit, and we are back with the Super Witches, so Ultra starting with the Warden Ball. Right now, Warden are taking out the enemy Royal Champion. He has 3 invis. So we could kind of try to go like towards the Inferno where we have some of the defenses around as well.
He decides to bring 4 Super Witches on this attack. Usually we've been seeing no more than 3 on most Super Witch attacks in this meta, so really heavy on the Super Witches means he's not going to have a whole lot of cleanup units. You can see in the rest of his troop bar only 1 wizard, a couple of archers, maybe 1 baby dragon, but that might get used early for a funnel. And it looks like, is he using a fireball? I can't tell.
I think so he does, because he has these 3 invis, 3 earthquakes, so I think he is aiming for the fireball. But first he is trying to get some value with the Warden. Warden taking the damage. Fireball is landing over the Inferno using this earthquake spell, and as he used the 3 of them, he was able to take down the Eagle, but he lost the Warden, and we don't have now the Rage Gem with the Witches.
This is going to be rough. Losing the Grand Warden is going to be huge for time because we often rely on that Rage Gem to allow the Super Witches and everybody else to do that extra damage and move through the base even quicker, and combine that with the fact that that Warden Walk took almost 90 seconds to set up. I don't think it's looking good on time again for Pulse Surgical.
Yeah, that water mode was long. Now we have no water, so this is gonna be very difficult here. And we are still very far away from the town hall. I hope this 65 seconds will be enough for the witches to make it there.
Yeah, this actually might even be questionable just to get to the town hall in time. This is going to depend on how these units path, because if they don't break straight into that town hall section, it's going to be really scary. Okay, the earthquake boots are going to open everything up. Sometimes I completely forget earthquake boots can just work wonders like that. So nice job there. Royal Champion on the right side to go take out some Teslas, and all these super witches and the king going straight for the town hall is nice, but only 30 seconds left to get the outside edges of the base.
Oh, I think so he has enough troops to finish the base. It's just gonna be so close with the time. Like, he needs the Royal Champion to stay alive, but she is triggering 3 giant bombs. Oh, Ripperoni for RC, no chance for her. And now we know the Super Witches are fast troops, so definitely not gonna have enough time to clear the rest of the base.
No, I think this definitely would have had a good chance of 3-starring if that Grand Warden was able to stay alive and just helping in the background the Super Witches for the remainder of the attack. But the fact that that Grand Warden just died right after popping the fireball caused him big issues.
Yeah, I have to say, like, this is why I love the earthquake boots with the spiky ball. Like, you kind of feel like, oh my, there's still so many buildings left, and after use these equipments, and like a big part of the base in the second being destroyed.
Yeah, the earthquake boots are so cool after they got slightly buffed in one of the latest updates. Definitely one of the most used equipments in the game now, which is nice, kind of refreshing to see after Giant Gauntlet just completely dominated the meta in the past. I still like the Giant Gauntlet a whole lot, but a lot of these pros are just not using it at all.
And I'm now like a fan of the earthquake boots, but strong defense for MMG. This one was second, sadly failed from Pulse Surgical. So MMG with the triple 2 defenses really looking strong. Looks like the temper is getting ready. We can see him on the camera.
Wow, they even got the little matching scarf and everything. That's so cool. Let's see what Team Per can do. Another spiky boots. Or spiky ball earthquake boots. Sometimes I get those mixed up. But finally, Susie, we get to see a Zap Lalo. Yes.
Is that first one, I believe, so of today. We saw some queen charges, but I think so the Zablalo is the first one. And I was saying I was looking for to watch a temper attack, and he definitely didn't disappoint me. He is starting with the hero dive. Looks like we are deploying, yep, both heroes from the north side. Of course, opening these walls with the super wall breaker. So he's aiming to clear the eagle with this double X-bow, and the queen even can go for the enemy royal champion and scattershot there as well.
Yeah, his baby dragon at the very beginning ended up pulling like 4 or 5 red bombs. That was so cool to see. Nicely done from Teamer. He won't even have to worry about those with his balloons. The royal champion getting targeted by the enemy queen so early. Hopefully she can still get some good value there as she goes invisible one more time. That Stone Slammer got really far into the base, helping out a ton. And here comes the big Lalo from the bottom. He's not going to wait at all.
Wow, his royal champion triggered some of the giant bombs, so she lost the Hawks very early. Moves are about to start reaching the Town Hall. He actually using a bunch of spells there. Town Hall is of course against active, so using the wooden ability, protecting all these loops. There is the tornado trap being triggered right behind the Town Hall. Also some of the Teslas being triggered at the corner of the base.
Great use of the healing tome here to get all these balloons back up to full health. I'm a big fan of that healing tome, and amazing spell management from Teamer, able to still have 2 or 3 spells after getting through the town hall there to really help secure this 3-star. Make sure those balloons stay alive, and that queen didn't even need her ability, did she? I think she used it pretty late and didn't need it whatsoever. A beautiful plan. And this just goes to show how Lalo is still a super strong attack in this meta.
Yeah, it was, I don't know, like, it feels like that his king didn't get that much, but he still was able to get this done. Like, you mentioned the wooden ability was perfect. Like, he had to first protect the loons with that free spell over the town hall, and after timing that wooden ability. Seriously, nicely done, and yeah, I am not disappointed. Really great attack.
Yeah, awesome attack. Awesome outfit there. The matching scarf is just amazing, but it's refreshing to see the Lalo getting some love here, as not too many of the players today have been preferring to use it.
And I am excited that he used the Zap Lalo. Like, maybe we're gonna see more Lalo hits. Like, we were able to watch 2 Lalo attacks from Synchronic. Now we have the Zap Lalo from MMG as well.
Yep, we get to see some of the other players' reactions. We'll see if Pulse Surgical can get their plans together, start hitting some good 3 stars, and then cross their fingers for a defense. We'll see what they bring. But that Lalo attack, wow, less than 2 minutes. And Lalo, you know, Queen Charge Lalo, even Zap Lalos in the past, used to be kind of slower attacks, but in this meta, you can really make any attack fast if you just time everything well.
Yeah, and so MMG, like, I don't think they can. I don't think they have pressure on them right now. Like, they're gonna have just fun. Like, they just can't really go with the safe 3-star. There's a ton of pressure right now on the Pulse Surgical, because sadly they got a little bit close to some of the triples, but still no triple from them. We have Simon, and it is another super witch hit from them.
Yep, this time I did see the fireball. We got the rocket spear on the Royal Champion lined up for later. And let's see what kind of fireball he's going to go with. Is it a simple one, or are we going to go pretty deep? If I had to guess, I would say maybe just a simple one toward the ricochet cannon.
Yeah, but he has like 4 enemies, so we would be counting like he want to go.
Oh no!
Oh, I didn't even notice it went to the north. He won Poison Spell Tower. That's where he wanted to land, so he could reach. Could he take down the Inferno, right? If he land over the Poison Spell Tower, he probably would be able to take down that cannon and as well the single Inferno. But now, as the Fireball went to the north side, he didn't really got what he needed.
Yeah, that's crazy. It definitely looked like the Poison Tower was close to the Warden, but I think that mortar maybe just a tiny half tile closer. That's so heartbreaking. The Poison Tower stays up, the single target Inferno Tower stays up, but that might not stop him. We'll see. It depends on what the single target Inferno Tower locks onto. If it's able to take out any of his Super Witches, that'll hurt a little bit, but he definitely still has a good chance here. Queen and Siege Barracks on the bottom side of the base were meant to push everybody else inside, but he might have deployed that funnel late as well.
Yeah, the funnel wasn't set up, and now the big boys are walking, and the witches will be tanking the single Inferno. That's exactly what you don't want. Even the Poison Spell Tower got activated, but looks like the healers are still able to keep them alive. Earthquake boots opening the walls, but sadly not opening the wall in front of the Town Hall.
He still has a wall breaker. He could actually break in there, or just wait if he's patient enough. Maybe his Super Witches will get through it naturally, but this Giga Inferno in the meantime roasting his Grand Warden. Down goes that Warden. We're getting slowed down by these Ice Golems. King all the way on the outside of the base, and now he has to make a decision on what to do with the Royal Champion.
Oh, I think that mistake was made by not sending that super wallbreaker, how to say, like, it would definitely keep probably more troops alive. He's still able to take down the Town Hall, but the back end of the base, there is still Tesla Fire, Monolith, double scatter shot, oi oi oi.
Queen ability coming in clutch though, and those Super Witches still managed to live through all of this. Royal Champion popping the ability right away with the Spirit Fox. Oh, that Spirit Fox dies almost instantly. That's a little bit unfortunate. I don't know if he can get through everything else without the Fox.
But the Rocket Spear equipment is amazing here. Like, the Royal Champion at the start didn't really take any damage, but now she's standing next to the enemy king, the multi-archer tower, the witches, and the queen. Actually, this time the queen even going for the better wall. The witches were hitting a really bad wall. Some of them are still beating the wall. What?
Wow, that's crazy AI. Those Super Witches were still going for the empty compartment. We're going to be able to start making our way toward the enemy Barbarian King, but as the Archer Queen goes down, I think this is technically just a time fail though. Those Super Witches might be able to get through everything, but that's unfortunate with the time, and Pulse Surgical just not able to get any 3 stars on the board yet.
It's still amazing recovery. Like, his fireball didn't land where he needed, and it is still very close hit. Probably time fail, probably. And yeah, like 91%. That's amazing. Like, if my fireball failed, I don't think so I can get anywhere close to the 91%.
Well, maybe a decent recovery there for him, but it's all on MMG now. They have the match on their shoulders. If they can just keep on cruising through, in fact, I think they just have to 2-star out, really, to secure that win.
Yep. They just have to, like, they shouldn't be risking, you know, like, they should really go with some safe strategy to make sure they're gonna make it to the semi-final.
Yes, another queen charge Lalo finally. All right, let's see what you got, Mr. Nachoa, with the early battle blimp. Yeti bomb to set things up on the left side of the base with the rage spell even, and really ensure that these Yeti mites get some good value. Wow, they're gonna hop even 2 walls over there and go get the expo. Are they? Some going to the air defense. Okay, he won't get the expo, but he did get the air defense. That's pretty cool.
Yeah, he cleared like a big part of the base with that beam. Now the queen is kind of safe, like nothing really hitting her while she's fighting against the CC troops, and he's already opening the walls for her so she can go towards the scatter shot. Like, he has 3 super wall breakers, so I'm curious if he's planning to take down the town hall with the queen charge.
Yeah, I definitely think he is. It should be king into the eagle compartment and wall break the queen all the way to the town hall. Looks like that's exactly what he's setting up to do. King with the phoenix. I mean, this is just some good old school queen charge Lalo right here. Wouldn't be surprised if he's got the Rage Gym Giant Gauntlet on the king. Yep, there we go. Finally, I feel like that's the first time we're seeing the Giant Gauntlet today.
Yeah, that is like definitely earthquake boost with the spiky ball dominate, but yeah, there was definitely feel some of the attacks with the gauntlet there. Queen is slowly but moving towards the town hall using the nether rage for her, so she's clearing some of the Tesla, even using the invis because we have some grand expos nearby.
Yeah, those supercharged expos do hit so much harder than players were used to before the supercharge came out in that previous update. But the queen makes it all the way to the core. She can snipe the town hall. She can snipe the inferno tower. We got the Lalo coming in from the right side of the base. Headhunters in the warden ability, healing tome, eternal tome, all those balloons safe for almost 10 seconds. A couple of more spells in his pocket. I mean, this is just looking great.
This is incredible queen charge. Like, he still has queen ability. He has still plenty of the troops, and the royal champion has ability as well, using that final freeze of freezing the cannon and the monolith. Like, what a beautiful attack by him. Wow, like, I am impressed again.
That was just great base identification from Nachoa and great execution. The fact that he was able to use the Royal Champion both behind the King to help support and have the King distract, and then as the King was dying, he timed the Lalo perfectly to where Royal Champion just then joined forces with the Lalo, got inside the Warden ability. I mean, kind of double dipping on the Royal Champion value there and able to keep her alive forever.
For me, like, Lalo attacks are a lot of multitasking, so I don't really dare to try this strategy here. So I am like always have huge respect when someone coming with the Lalo, and plus he was even queen charging, so that was a really ton of multitasking. And MNG seem like synchronic, they're looking really strong.
Yeah, awesome to see his reaction there too. That smile, such a huge smile on his face. He's happy about that one. His team's got to be feeling really good right now. All about Pulse Surgical now. Sammy, the next attacker for them. See if he can come in and get his team on the board.
Yeah, sadly they have this 3 2-stars, so still not triple from them, like 87, 87 and 91%. Really some of the close attacks and even some crazy recoveries, like hitting this kind of high percent when something going wrong is still awesome job. But looks like the MMG is just really doing well with these defenses.
Yes, indeed. These MMG bases are holding up strong. They've been doing a lot of work preparing for this tournament on defense, and it's really paying off here. Pulse Surgical switching things up and going with one of those 9 healer attacks. Man, they really like these attacks that rely heavily on healers and druids.
Yeah, the double charge Okay, so Warden walks still so far from the 12 o'clock. He's also bringing a few rocket balloons and trying to take down some of the Teslas, which he trigger with the Warden. Already suddenly losing the Frosty here, and the X-Bow is still locked on the Warden.
2 earthquake spells ready to help with a potential fireball. That siege barracks being utilized nice and early from the left side of the base. And here we go. Invis. Oh, it works. Double quake and down goes the core.
Oh my, that bomb tower, I thought that it was too early. I really thought that he will be late, that he will not take down the bomb tower fast enough, but he did it. That was incredible, Sami. Wow.
The healers he dropped on the queen instantly abandon her and go left for the P.E.K.K.A.s and straight into the range of the air defense. Oh, he might have just swagged all of those healers on the left side of the base.
Oh my, that air defense is so happy, destroying all these healers. Now Queen needs to take down the Town Hall, but she doesn't have the support of the healers anymore. He's using the freeze over the enemy Warden. Enemy Warden can do ton of damage, so a nice play there. Using now invisibility spell, but with the... Okay, we have the magic mirror, so we have these 3 queens, so the Town Hall definitely will go down. Spiky ball with the earthquake boots, clearing some of the buildings. Is it gonna be enough for him to clear the rest of the base?
Depends on if Royal Champion's able to clear. Yeah, he's got it. There's not too many defenses left. That Grand Warden with his healers and Rage Gem, he's still going strong, man. He's just been doing a little Warden charge for the entire base. We've even got an extra Rage to help him out. He's not going down. Plenty of time left on the clock. Even with half his healers basically being swagged, this is still a crushed base. Nice plan here from Sammy. I like that one.
Yeah, and he still have like 2 spells, you know why? He doesn't need to use the poison or even the free spell there. But Lex, like, is it just me who was so worried about that bomb tower? Like, the timing, I really felt like this 3 enemies and still letting the Warden fighting against the bomb tower before the pressing the Warden ability.
I mean, it definitely felt like he could have waited another 2 or 3 seconds before starting with the first invis, but it still worked out. The timing was close. You're not wrong. If he waited another half second, it might have been another fireball that went the wrong way.
Yeah, and yeah, swagging these healers and still being able to, you know, not even using all his spells. Very powerful hit by him, just showing how good attacker he is.
Indeed. Very good plan. Great execution as well. A little unfortunate the healers ditched the queen like that. You know, that's the only kind of wonky thing that happened in that attack, but it didn't even matter. He recovered perfectly, ended up having to use a couple of spells to keep that queen alive. He managed it flawlessly. Queen was able to get to the town hall and everything else went to plan.
Yeah, and when you're like in this kind of competition, right, there is still a lot of pressure, and when something going wrong and they're still able to stay calm, I just don't know how they can do it. Like, Alex, you have this kind of experience. We know that you sometimes were able to hit 99 many times when things didn't go well. How do you deal with this kind of pressure?
I don't know. I just enjoy it. I just thrive in that pressure. It makes it fun to play for me. It's really exciting when all those nerves are going through you. But here's one of my favorite players, without a doubt. One of my former teammates, Max, going in with some Flame Flinger, Skelly Bat Donut Lalo. Ooh, can you get that Clan Castle?
These donuts are so rare. And wow, alright, let's see. So he's aiming for the Clan Castle. He was able to take down the Inferno, even the Monolith. Wow, that was amazing. So clean, no mistakes at all.
No, perfectly executed. I remember practicing with Max a lot in the past, and he's so good with the Skelly Donuts, the precision drops on those invisibility spells, and you saw he just perfectly got it in between all 3 of those buildings he wanted. Flame Flinger is flinging, doing its thing on the right side of the base, and on the left side, we got that king, we got the queen. His ice golems are getting wrecked really quickly, so he's gonna go ahead and pop this queen ability, get that magic mirror out, allow 3 queens to do a whole lot of extra damage, and set up this Lalo.
Yeah, this Crown X-Bow really worried me, but I feels like he is using the another spell, so making sure the queen's gonna clear the town hall. Flameflinger is still keep going, he still have a lot of HP left. And starting with these loons from the north side, we have Sweeper there, so maybe some of the loons gonna be pushed away.
Yeah, he actually decides to bring a Dragon Rider with his Lalo. Very interesting there, but as long as it stays alive for a decent amount of time, it could actually do a whole lot of damage. That Royal Champion still up, still kicking, still got the Spirit Fox on the left side of the base. Of course, as soon as I say the word Spirit Fox, she goes down to the X-Bows, but this is looking pretty decent. He managed to keep his Archer Queen alive as well, but as usual, as soon as I say that, then he loses the Archer Queen.
You still have some of the loons. They're taking a little bit damage from the poison, but there is still lava actually up. So we're gonna be tanking and also taking care of the enemy queen there. Max, beautiful attack, and coming with the donut, which could mean like you kind of miss like one of the enemies and everything can go wrong there. And he smashed it. I'm not surprised that he's your favorite attacker to watch.
Yeah, he's awesome. Such a good guy, such a great guy, such a good friend, and a nice 3-star from him right there. You can see he's excited. Maybe was a little bit nervous dropping those invis spells, but he gets it done. Beautiful Skelly Donut Lalo attack, and MMG are just on fire, no doubt about it.
Yeah, I couldn't agree more. Like, their attacks are so confident and they're not like kind of going with the easy strategies. Like, you can see like the players really have to have these skills like Skelly Donut, the Queen Charge Lalo, you know, Zab Lalo. Yeah, a lot of fun, and they're looking very, very strong for sure.
MMG are one of those teams that have excelled. All players on this lineup have excelled in almost every single meta of Clash of Clans in the past. So even in the days of Town Hall 15, the days of Town Hall 12 and Town Hall 13, when it was a lot harder to 3-star and you had to do crazy attacks like Skelly Donuts, like really good Queen charges, like really in-depth Lalos. I mean, these guys just know how to do it all.
Yep. And they were, like I was saying, they were perfect in the sweep stage. Like, really feels like they have that momentum ready, you know, and already preparing the world for World Championship. This is a really good experience, especially like before the Worlds, you know. Like, if they can get to the grand final, that would be a really good boost for their confidence here. But we will be soon going live with the final attack from Pulse Surgical here.
Let's see what he's got. Ooh, this is a fun-looking ring legend-style base from Nachoa. But Camille coming in with some early bat spells and rocket balloons, sniping all sorts of defenses to set up a delayed fireball to the core.
Yeah, I don't know if I remember correctly, but I have feeling I saw this base during the Town Hall 15 meta like a lot. His fireball landing perfectly. He took down the Town Hall with the arrow as well. Beautiful.
Awesome to see the arrow combined with the fireball. I think we saw it one other time earlier today in one of the previous matches as well, but just so much damage when you combine the earthquakes, the fireball, the giant arrow. You can even take out the biggest building in the game, the Town Hall, right away.
I still have like 14 rocket balloons using the freeze over the Eagles. Some of the Teslas showing up right behind the monolith, but we still have these heroes. Just have to be careful. Like, we definitely need to save that freeze spell as we will be start reaching the core of the base with these X-bows. Spiky Ball and Earthquake boots did some damage, but not enough to clear these X-bows.
Right. I think I would have liked to see some giant gauntlet rage fire on the king here. I don't think that Earthquake Boot Spiky Ball was super necessary. It looked like those walls were already open, but I don't think it matters. I mean, he's trying to 3-star while swagging his Royal Champion at this point. This is just absolutely destroyed.
It is, and I like this start of the hit was incredible. Is he really going for that swag Royal Champion?
I think he has to use her. I think he has to use her.
Yep, it's not happening. he was trying to swag the RC. Oh my, even the giant bomb, so many traps being triggered, but RC will be definitely strong enough to take down the final building. But I love it. I really love it from Pulse Surgical. They know they are not able to win this as they sadly didn't hit that many triples, but this attack was awesome. Like the fireball was epic, landing inside the core of the base. Also that a giant arrow is actually not that easy to use the giant arrow and be able to snipe the town hall. Like most of times can happen that you miss the giant arrow and you have to be like really perfect, you know? This one was actually close because I think so he just barely touched the town hall.
Yeah, a great strategy, great plan to take out this wonky looking legend style base that a lot of players seem to struggle with, but a good way to end the match for Pulse Surgical. And now we get to see the captain of MMG, I believe Kingsman, gonna come in with the final attack. And I'm not gonna say anything about what we want to see because I'm not trying to have those OP jinxing powers.
Yeah, I was waiting. Are you gonna do that? But you didn't. So yeah, maybe for the first time I will be quiet as well. But you are right. The captain of the MMG is getting ready. So we'll see what kind of strategy he will bring. But from the score, we can see like MMG is very strong team, and tomorrow semi-finals like Synchronic and MMG, that will be incredible to watch.
Indeed, this has been a great match. All the matches today have been really fun to watch. Good to see what these pros, what sort of attacks they are preferring with all the pressure, with money on the line in the current meta. We get to see lots of different attack strategies are being preferred. So it's not a super one-sided meta anymore like it was just a couple months ago. Starting to see all sorts of different mixes in there.
Yeah, I love it. It is really fun to watch these wars now. And let's see what we're gonna have. So I already see 5 healers. We are alive with the witches, but the Kingsman said this is like the strategy he loves to use. So he has 2 invisibility spells, so he will be not aiming for the big fireball, probably just setting up the funnel here, but his ice golem actually hitting that early spring trap.
Yeah, double skelly trap as well, and even Tesla's. It almost looks like he's walking right into a trap. Let's see if he's able to manage it well. Still got the Grand Warden with plenty of health. The Rage Gem definitely makes a big difference. Healers are able to keep up thanks to that Rage Gem. The Flame Flinger on the left side of the base. I don't know if he's paying attention to distract the Mortar. He's trying to focus on his Grand Warden, and so the Flame Flinger gets targeted now.
It does. It's gonna definitely took, I think so, he took like 2 hits, so it lost ton of health, and I'm not sure if that's gonna be enough to take down the multi-inferno he's here. And looks like he started pulling the Warden. He finding the Tesla farm on that side as well.
Yeah, a lot of traps early on this attack, but he still has a really good shot here. I mean, the Super Witch part's looking great. The Flame Flinger, unfortunately, might not get that multi like you mentioned. That could be the only hiccup here so far. Queen and Frosty on the outside of the base. Easy funnel to push those Super Witches inside toward that other Inferno Tower. We do have the wall break finally landing. Everybody going inside, and probably a nice set of Earthquake Boots to open up the base.
Yeah, it feels like that. Yep, you were right. Earthquake Boots, Spiky Ball again. Queen still have access to many defenses. Right now she's going for one of these X-bows. There's also the Eagle on that side. Super Minions are now triggering the Poison Spell Tower, so sadly not gonna be doing any damage to the multi-Inferno.
I don't know if you saw on the bottom side of the base there, but he popped the Queen ability, had the Healer Puppet, but up comes 6 red bombs, and the Healer Puppet dies immediately. Oh, that was a little sad there.
Oh, I missed that. I haven't seen that one. The witches are still alive. We have still quite a lot of healers as well. A Royal Champion kind of on the cleanup duty. MNG on the background are already celebrating, you know. And poor Kingsman is still focusing on his attack.
Yeah, he's focusing on that Royal Champion, but as he pops her ability here, that Spirit Fox is struggling to keep up. Royal Champion's so fast with the Haste Vial, and now the Rage Gem, allowing her to move through the base. Spirit Fox goes invisible once more. Could have swagged that free spell, but decides to use it anyway. He's got the Cleanup Wizard on the bottom side of the base. It's going to be a crushing attack for MMG, and I think they're gonna get the first perfect war of the day. And look at them celebrating there in the background.
They're totally deserve it. Like the first perfect war of today. So huge congratulations to MMG. Absolutely amazing team with the all triples and also a lot of defenses as well. So not surprised they're celebrating.
Yeah, an awesome job from them, rocking the cool green uniforms as well. I think they look really clean. I'm liking them. Awesome performance, all sorts of different attacks from them. You know, Kingsman said at the beginning, they like the Super Witches. They expect their enemies to use it as well. They did well with, I think, just 2 or so Super Witch attacks. And then there are other players coming in with all sorts of other stuff. A Queen Charge Lalo, a Skelly Donut Lalo. I mean, these guys, they just got so many tools in the toolbox.
Yeah. And it was so fun to watch these teams. I know that Paul Surgical took the loss, but some of their attacks were so interesting. I'm still in the shock with this bunch of healers and the 8 druids. It would be interesting to see that triple, but MMG, what an amazing performance by them. And